All right. So I just had an interesting uh, conversation with my nephew's daughter. I walked in the house. She's in the kitchen, and I've told her before that you need to dress appropriately when you're in this house. Okay. So I come in. She's sitting in the kitchen with just her bra on, and I'm like, Kika, and her father's right there. Her grandmother's right here, and they're not telling her anything. But again, these are the things that they try to do, these little tests that they try to put you through, because again, of what it is that they've done to you, right? So when you begin to understand that, you begin to see the manipulation, right? On top of that, the use of the technology to influence and manipulate you. So she starts talking about, well, it's my body and this and that. I'm like, okay, and I just said to her, I said, I went to her grandmother. I said to her boss, I said, you're not going to put a top on? They ain't saying nothing. And I said, this is the problem with us as black people. I told her, I said, if you go to somebody else's house and there may be other men around, and you feel like because you can walk around here like that, you do it over there, and shit happened to you, right? Then your parents and grandparents, then they want to come in and say something. Okay, so as black people, we're not we're not preventative. We are reactionary. So we don't teach our children anything. We don't teach them any self respect, any self discipline. We don't say anything. I think something happens, then all of a sudden we want to react. Okay, and it's kind of ridiculous. Like I said, they love to try to do that pedophilia thing with me, and I'm not playing with that. Don't try to do that. That's not gonna work. Okay, so you know she want to get upset. I'm like, I don't care where you want to get upset about. I'm telling you that your father's here, your grandmother's here, have some self respect. I have self respect. No, you don't. If you're walking around the house with just your bra, you don't have any damn self respect. Okay? And the fact that, you know, like I said, look, I'm a little old school. And I like being a little old school. Okay? Because the way how they're pushing the society, the way how they're pushing people, talk about, um, how they manipulate us and how they try to turn us into who they are. These are the white supremacists. I understand the warfare that's happening with us as not just as TIs, but as, particularly if you're black, as black people. I understand the warfare. And I understand how they use our mothers, our sisters, our daughters. And if we as men don't correct it, and if we as men don't stand up, right, and don't understand and realize, then we going to have put our kids in a dire condition than we are in right now. Because every generation, you can see it, particularly amongst black people. Okay, everything is going down. The mentality, the behavior. This woman gets on YouTube and talks about how Martin Luther King, because he doesn't matter if he did all of that, he cheated on his wife. He never cheated on his wife. Again, spreading FBI propaganda bullshit. And this is what they do. This is what's going on. You know, this is what's going on because they listen to the so-called white experts. Okay, not understanding that these same called white experts, these same called white psychiatrists and psychologists, they're the ones that are also breaking up our families. They're the ones that's doing it. So as black people, we get into these white institutions and we start listening to them. But if you look at their families, their daughters are not walking around the house like that. They're not doing that because they teach them about self-respect and self-love. And the adults correct the younger generation. But in the black community, we say nothing because we've been programmed to shut up and not say anything. Okay, and in the TI community, you can see how they will ignore what we say because it's all part of their conditioning. And like I said, when it happens to the black community a lot, it begins to trickle over into the other community. So, I don't even worry about it because I know they're going to get their share of it too. But I'm going to continue to say something. Okay? So there you go.